I'm Michael Kastner with another YouTube video here on the Utah Senate channel. Now, I am standing here with the former President of the Senate, Lane Beatty. Thanks so much for being with us.
Delight to be here.
Back in your old digs.
Yeah,
but things have changed.
It doesn't look the same.
Yeah, they painted a little bit.
Absolutely.
And they vacuumed.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah. Tried to do
pieces
that.
of carpet here and there.
Now, technology has really changed from when you were doing things. I don't want to say back in your day, but for instance, take a look at this right here. Did you have one of these live web cameras? Do you know?
In fact, I don't even think anyone was using those.
No.
This is 1989.
Now, do you know at SenateSite.com, the public can actually control, if somebody's in here, they can control and look around.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that would be impressive.
And you're going to probably do that to President
every
Valentine
day,
now.
Absolutely. Just check and see if he's really here.
All right, now tell me what things were like when technology really started kicking off. Let's say 1989. Tell us about, I don't want to say again, back in the day when you ran things.
You have to understand that in 1989, the average age of the Senate was 64 years old. So there was a little bit of a generation difference. Mm-hmm. But when I came in, the new technology they had just put on was a whiteboard on the wall instead of a chalkboard to track all of the bills.
This kind of sounds like Bob Welty doing his weather forecast.
You know, it would have been.
Or Mark Eubank.
It would have been, but honestly, it was very different. And I can remember coming in and thinking, where are the computers? And no one had computers. And so it was interesting during the time I was here that we had an opportunity to be literally the first legislature in the country to have our bills on the web and where people could read them. Mm-hmm. But it has gone way beyond that.
Just a little.
We bought the first computers the legislature ever had. 50% of the Senate had never turned a computer on in their lives, let alone do an email.
Wow.
And so it was really amazing the difference. We had, luckily, another member of the Senate, David Steele, who was really a techie, and he understood the computers, and he aligned with Davis County and other school districts to come in and where we got these new computers and would sit there and have people in the back of the room, and whenever a senator had a question, he could raise his hand and they'd run up and help him get it and put it on and use
tech support
bills.
Right on the floor?
Absolutely.
Cool.
It was amazing. And then Mark Allred, who was one of our legislative research upstairs, was a leader in the industry nationally. Uh-huh. And he just really helped us with it a lot. So to come in now and to see computers at the desk, a lot of them not even having the books that used to cover your face on your desk.
They're all in my office now.
So is that where
that's where they put. That's where they're storing them. Yeah.
It is amazing the difference, and so well-meaning, so much more accessible to the general public. It's just light years.
And one of the things we've been talking about is the fact that with some of the stuff that we're doing now with our Utah Senate channel on YouTube, mm-hmm. with our Senate mobile texting and all of that stuff, Utah's a pioneer, but a pioneer in doing some of this stuff for government with Government 2.0. But you guys were pioneers. You're the first ones with the computers.
Well, it is, and I have to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised that it's the Senate doing this this YouTube stuff because traditionally it's the House who's the much younger and they're willing to take a few more risks. So to have the Senate understand the technology and really moving it forward says a lot about the Senate and the legislature as a whole.
Yeah, Senate President Valentine is totally into YouTube and iTunes and all that stuff. So no, he's leading the way.
Well, I came in, he had makeup on, so things have really changed since I was here.
By the way, that was just for television. He doesn't normally wear it. The Hollywood guy is not changing government here. And again, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for being with us. And continue to tune in for all the latest videos here on the Utah Senate channel on YouTube.com.